was, it just pissed me off. I don't know what happened, but whatever it was, it just off. Going to come and talk to you guys about a little bit of the things been going on in the media. Shaq did an interview with Angel Reese. It was very cringe. She was very uncomfortable. Shaq, like, you're an old man. You are a pawpaw. You're past a old nigga. Like, you're a grandpa. Your son and Angel Reese got drafted like a year apart. Like, you really got some nerve sitting up here, like, talking to this girl in this way. But we're going to get into that. I got a lot of things to say about that. Baddies Midwest is coming out like next week. That should be interesting. Krishan Rock's on the show. Her and Taseki have a sit down, and it was also a very cringe worthy like kind of thing. We're going to talk about that. Megan Thee Stallion just dropped her project. I was arguing with some girl named Carmel Kisses. She's upset with me because Megan Thee Stallion's in the rap game, and then I said that I was comparing her to other rappers and artists because, you know, Glorilla came out and outsold her. And for whatever reason, she's upset with me. Baby, I don't make the rules. If it wasn't a competition, then these people wouldn't be so hyped up about numbers. There will be no such thing as award shows. There will be no better and there will be no worse if it was not a competition. It very much so is. And the sooner y'all wrap your mind around that, the better off everybody will be. What else we gonna talk about? Nick Cannon came out. He did an interview about why things didn't work out for him and Mariah Carey. I want to talk about that, and we just gonna wing it. We're gonna go on here and talk about a whole bunch of things. I'm like, you know, man, all day. I had a very, very, very long weekend. Very long, very depressing weekend. But now we're on the flip side of that, and we're like trying to make a smooth transition. So hopefully everything works out, and we're just gonna go ahead and get into some later and greater news. Now, for starters, what do I want to talk about first? First, I would like to talk about Dwayne Wade. Dwayne Wade, they recently came out and they have made a statue in Miami of Dwayne Wade. If you ask me, the statue don't look shit like Dwayne Wade, but I'll go ahead and let y'all be the judge of that. I'm just a spectator, but it must, what an honor it must be that they put a statue of you in the city in which you played, which you held your basketball career. So it's real nice that they did it. The statue don't look nothing like that, man. I wish he had the people who do the wax museums, wax figures would have went on ahead and made a statue of him. I would love to see what picture they used to even decide that that's the statue post that they were going to use. The only way you know it's Dwayne Wade is because it's a Miami jersey on the statue and it's a number 3. That's the only way we know it's Dwayne Wade. Looking at it, it looked like an old ass nigga. An old ass. It don't look like, it looked more like, what is that NBA player's name? I remember when George Floyd had got killed, he was all out everywhere. Oh, I can't even think of his name. He said he grew up with George Floyd and he was very heartbroken about the situation. It looked more like him than it looked like Dwayne Wade. I don't see, let's look at it. I don't see Dwayne Wade when I look at it. You know what I'm saying? I see a statue. I can tell it's a black man. I just don't know which one. It don't look like Dwayne Wade to me. Not to me, it don't. Y'all tell me what you think. I don't see no Dwayne Wade. People be thinking I'm a hater. I'm really not a hater. I'm just a very honest person. I don't see no Dwayne Wade, babe. That's not what I see when I look at this. No. That look like Dwayne Wade too. All that look like the goddamn
Talking about.
Purple. Who this man? Who is this man? Kind of confusion. That doesn't look like him. But congratulations. Despite the lack of everything that was supposed to go into making the statue to appear to be Dwayne Wade, despite how it came out, it's still an honor that they even attempted to do a statue of him. So shout out to Dwayne Wade for that. Shout out to Dwayne Wade for that. I didn't see the resemblance. A whole lot of people in the comments didn't see the resemblance. I gotta see, like, it has to be a still shot. It has to be a reference photo that they said we're gonna go ahead and use this one, because that it didn't hit for me. It didn't hit for me at all. On to other basketball news. Um Jordan Sparks, she got a man. He played for the New York Knicks. She went to his game. Jordan Sparks dressed down. She looked so good at his game. And so I want to say shout out to them. I will post the video, but I mean the picture of her. I just really don't even feel like going to go look for it, but I will if y'all want me to. I mean I can. And the news that I wanted to talk about before I look for the Jordan Sparks things, I want to go ahead and get. Oh, here it is. Let me save it. Let's look at Jordan Sparks because she looked good. Shout out to her ever since she got away from them Kardashians and shit. Life been going up for Jordan Sparks, so shout out to her. She looked real good. Did her and her man have a baby? No, they didn't have a baby. I think they're engaged. I think her and her man are engaged. But shout out to them. Jordan Sparks look good. This outfit is everything. I love that jacket. I love the shoes. I love the whole get up that she got on, the hair, the makeup, you know what I'm saying? The skirt, the jacket, the purse. Yeah, he got him one. I hope they I hope they stand the test of time. Cause I hope they stand the test of time because I like them together. She looks real nice on this picture. That's what I wanted to show y'all. And somebody was like, I don't like the Knicks colors, and I don't like the Knicks colors either, but she made this look real good. So shout out to Jordan Woods. And then a few months ago, Kylie Jenner was making like she want that old thing back. Jordan, leave them hoes right where they at. Leave them washed up assholes right where they at. It's no need for you to go back, try to rekindle a bitch ass thing. Your man a hoe, being a hoe. I come and I tell you that your man tried to, like, how do you tell your friend that her sister's man is trying to hit on you? And then they're mad at you because you are a fine ass bitch and they done made it like you done seduced him. You can't help how God sent you to this world. You fine. And he thought you was fine too, and he tried to put his crusty, dusty ass lips on you. Shout out to Jordan Woods. I'm glad you moved past that. They tried to they tried to throw her in the middle of the ocean and they thought she was going to drown. Shout out to Jada Pinkett. She did the red table, the round table talk with her. And I think that that helped her out a lot because she is able to, on a public platform, tell her story. And I'm glad that she got that opportunity because they really was like playing in her face. Really, really was playing in her face. Now, the thing about Hollywood is old guys like Shaquille O'Neal, they don't go for women their age. They tend to try to date women that are younger than them. Because Shaquille O'Neal is so famous, he feels like he could say whatever, he feels like he could do whatever. The thing is, Shaquille O'Neal, you have daughters the same age as Angel Reese. Your son just got drafted, I want to say like a year after Angel Reese. He's more in her tax not tax bracket, but in her age bracket than you are. So for you to be sitting somewhere talking about clothes that she had on, because how she was dressed during the interview with you is totally different than how she was dressed when she was with a younger crowd doing the wild and out thing. In which case she was cheeky. She did have her buns out, but you wasn't there. Old niggas wasn't in attendance. You know what I'm saying? When she was on Wild and Out. And she looked very uncomfortable in this interview that that she did with him. You could tell that she wanted him to not continue to discuss her buns, but he wanted to keep on bringing it up, and it's very distasteful. It's sad and it's distasteful. Old niggas feel like because they old and rich that they could, like, you know what I'm saying, say whatever they want to young girls, and you probably can, but not no bitch like Angel Reese, like she has her own money. So maybe the, you know what I'm saying, the broke women, the women in poverty, or the women who need a step up, you probably could come at them like that. But Angel Reese is her own celebrity. You are on her platform, and you are being quite um disrespectful. Once you realize that she ain't want to talk about that, you should just move right on ahead. But we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna talk about it, because part of me like, well, it really wasn't bad advice, but then the other part of me was like, maybe okay message, wrong messenger kind of thing. And so we'll just talk about that. Like, these old niggas must be stopped. Like, don't, you're a pawpaw at this point, Shaquille O'Neal. She don't want to hear that shit from you. I could almost assure you. So I'm going to share my screen just because.
Not imagining.
Let me finish. Imagine you in the same little shirt you had on at the Wild and Out show, Duncan. You know how many t-shirts you gonna sell, cuz? You tripping.
Oh my
What?
God.
What?
Oh God.
The same little shirt you had on.
Okay. All right. All right. All right.
Duncan,
All right. All right.
bro, over an inch. And you don't strike this from the tape, Christian.
We ain't striking it.
Don't. I'm telling you, if you just lower like that to where it gives you ability to dunk. Bro, imagine you in the
I'm not
same,
imagining.
let me finish. Imagine you in the same little shirt you had on at the Wild and Out show, Duncan. You know how many t-shirts you gonna sell, cuz? You tripping.
Oh my
What?
God.
What?
Oh God.
The same little shirt you had on.
Okay. All right. All right. All right.
Duncan,
All right. All right.
bro,
Shout out to the
over an
shade
inch.
room.
And you don't strike this from the tape, Christian.
We ain't striking.
And these are the shorts that they were referring to. Like, that's like, you know how you have, like, that's like a creepy ass uncle, like, who's married into the family. The auntie divorced him because he's the whore, but he still come around the family because your uncles and your daddy cool with him, but he always giving you creepy eyes. Like, this, it has to stop. It has to stop. And then my thing is, it's protect black women and protect our decisions and everything, when it's other stuff, but stuff like this people make okay. And she's so tall, I don't even think, like, you know what I'm saying, her legs is so long, all her shorts is gonna be short. But those shorts were real short. Those shorts were real short. But shout out to Angel Reese. I wish that she was, and because he's Shaquille O'Neal, it's like, how do you really check that? We have to, um, because as soon as she would have said something, people would have made it a her thing, even though she was dressed how she was dressed while she was doing an interview with him. And then in a different setting, she was dressed in a totally different way. People would still say, oh, like it's different attire for different events. When she met up with Shaq, she was like fully clothed. Only thing was missing was a turtleneck. She must knew he was on some creep ass shit because she had all her clothes on. Everything was covered up. Everything was covered up. And you can tell he made her uncomfortable. And Shaq, you have daughters that are around about her age. You know what I'm saying? How would you feel an old ass nigga? Shaq, how old is Shaq? Shaq gotta be like 60. Like that's disgusting as fuck. You're old enough to be like her dad, maybe like her granddad. Let's see how old Shaquille O'Neal is. 52. So he ain't 60, but he close the fuck enough. Like she's very early 20s, Shaq. That's highly inappropriate. But you know that. You know what I'm saying? You know that. 52 years old, like it has to stop. It has to fucking stop. Like, and then you see Shawnee O'Neal has gone on. She's went on to marry a crooked ass pastor. Shout out to them. Shaq ain't got remarried. But Angel Reese got endorsements busting out the window left and right. Like she doesn't need like a sponsor. You'd be good for her, someone her age, if you were down to you. And as a matter of fact, you wouldn't be good for her age, period. Like, I don't know how old is, let's see how old Angel Reese is. She's 22 fucking years old. Now I want to see how old is Sharif. He just got drafted. Sharif O'Neal is 24 years old. Sharif O'Neal is 24 years old. Angel Reese is 22 years old. Shaq, you for real ought to be ashamed of yourself. Like, you don't need to comment on her body. You don't need to comment on her attire. You just don't need to. It's just distasteful. Like, and I'm glad they got up on the shade room and they called his ass out. And that's why old niggas need to be married. You need to go somewhere and find you a woman like late 30s, early 40s, you know what I'm saying? And go ahead and make something happen. Because when you old niggas be out here and y'all be pushing up on young bitches, y'all think y'all look lit. Y'all think that y'all this and that, but you really look pathetic. Because it gives creep. That's all it can ever give. When you and Shawnee were celebrating your first baby, Angel Reese wasn't even thought of. Like that shit is sick as fuck. I hate when you old niggas be on that dumbass shit. Like leave these young girls alone. She was dressed like a 22-year-old young woman on a fun show, a funny show. Like you really need to go on the fuck head on, Shaquille O'Neal. You look pathetic. And when these men, they be all like I could see a motherfucking like, because it's like the men think that they're gonna be young forever. I could see a lot of these men out here who are like late 30s, early 40s. If they don't get their shit together, find them a woman and settle down, they're gonna be out here hunting young ass bitches just like Shaquille O'Neal, looking just like that. Like that shit looks pathetic. Like, what is it about you and your childish ass membrane that makes you feel like it's okay to say such a thing to a young woman? Like, I just, mm-mm. I remember, and it's disgusting because I remember dating a guy, and me and him were like, I didn't go to his house in the attire, but it was summertime. My shorts were short. His dad said something to him, and then his dad was old as fuck. And then he says, "Yeah, my dad said your little girlfriend getting thick." Like, your dad is a fucking creep. I never went to his house again. Like, that shit is weird as fuck. It's creepy because my granddaddy ain't out talking like that. And you old niggas think y'all still got it. Like, that shit is that. Anyways, on to other news. I don't want to bore you all with that. Baddies Midwest is coming out. I think it's going to be exciting. From the old crew, they got, of course, Jayla and Scotty and Biggie and Anna. Tinkerbella's on the new episode. They brought Jaden Alexis, and Krishan makes her a walkthrough. Taseki's on the show, and Taseki and Krishan have a talk. Now, if y'all remember, a long while back, Krishan came out with allegations that her sister sexually assaulted her when she was young. Used to have her doing all kind of freak stuff. And the fact of the matter is, they mama had so many kids and she was on drugs, so the kids was watching the kids. Is no telling what Taseki done went through and what experiences she had for her to, like, seduce her siblings. One of Krishan's sisters came out and said she did the same thing to her little brother or her nephew or whatever. Everybody is like, well, if Krishan, if she did this stuff to you, why do you still be around her? At the end of the day, like, that's still her sister. And then you take a chance of standing against your sister, or for the sake of being right, or for the rest of the family to turn against you. Like, situations like that are sticky as fuck. Like, as you get older, as your Krishan says that it happened at 7 years old. As you are going through life, it's not until you get older. Sometimes people are well into adulthood before it hits them and it clicks like, Dad, that was wrong. What she did to me was wrong. If this is what's going on in your house and it seems normal, it's really not anything to tell. And then you get older and you are introduced to words like incest and, you know, grape and all this other kind of stuff. Like, it gets real finicky. But they had this conversation. Krishan had the baby in her hand. Part of me feels like she held JR in her hand because she knew that Taseki wouldn't hit her while JR was in her hand. I don't know if it's true because I wasn't there. I don't know if it's true because I wasn't there. What I do know is when you have those super large families like that, and then the mother and the father are not present because the father, I'm assuming, was an alcoholic and the mother was on like drugs. So the kids are watching themselves. It's like really no telling. I literally can't say Krishan is lying. I refuse to say Krishan is lying because we don't know. They had like 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 kids in this house, and the kids is watching the kids. The older kids probably going out partying, the younger kids in the house watching each other. The younger kids probably seen the older kids do all type of freaky stuff and think that is normal. And they say to their little brother or sister, "Oh, let's try this freaky stuff." I can't say Krishan is lying. I can't. And how Taseki tries to brush it under the rug. Maybe that was her mentality at 10, 11 years old. And that's no longer her mentality, but we can't negate the facts on whether or not it happened. I can't say Krishan is lying because every time it's a big old family like that, like some weird ass shit be happening. And especially if the mama and the daddy are not well able, mind and body to be there and be present and to supervise. It's no telling what happened. But I do want to, it's unfortunate, it's sad, but the fact Krishan keep on coming out and saying it, I don't think she's lying. Like, and as much as y'all like to second, and that's the thing, we live in a world today where it don't matter who right or who wrong, people gonna take the side of the person that they like the most. And right now, people like Taseki. She's on baddies. She's a eater. She fights really good. Yada yada. Like, and so people are going to act like, you know what I'm saying, she can do no wrong. But people, and this before Taseki even came out and was super famous. This was her first season on Baddies. The nephew that came out and said that she was touching him, playing with his little dingaling. And Krishan came out and said this, and Krishan really ain't want to say it. And then it was like she had to bag her nephew because they was trying to make it seem like the nephew made all this stuff up. The sister came out and said Taseki did all this stuff. Like, I'm not about to just say Krishan is lying. I'm not about to just say that Krishan is lying. And it's an unfortunate situation. And if Taseki was young, if it did happen, of course, it's not something you about to sit in front of the TV and spew out into the world, but that's a conversation. And I hate Zeus even aired it. Okay, I hate that Zeus even aired it, but that's something for her and her sister to sit down and talk about. But don't try to gaslight that. If it happened, don't try to gaslight her like it didn't happen. All you can do is say, I was young too. I didn't know no better either. And I'm sorry that I did that. I wish I could take it back. But don't sit and try to gaslight her like, you know what I'm saying, the shit is made up when it's not. And Krishan Rock's claims were so gruesome. I was like, oh my god. Like when I first heard, I had to play it back like 3-4 times. I couldn't believe she said it. But I'm not about to say Krishan is lying. I'm just not about to say that. But I do want to show y'all, I want to show y'all a clip of the video. Like, and it's crazy.
Remember when I was 7, you made me eat your pussy.
You said what? I'm done talking.
Remember when I was 7, you made me eat your pussy.
You said what? I'm done talking.
Remember when I was 7, you made me eat your pussy.
You said what? I'm done.
Like, and that's what I'm saying. You see these people, they say, I believe Krishan, because who lies about something that deep? Like, I just don't think she's lying. I just don't think that she's lying. All type of shit happens with children who see a lot. Children who see a lot do a whole lot. I don't know. If she allegedly forced, first of all, at 7 years old, or it don't even take for her to force. This is the child psyche. I encourage y'all to take childhood development, maybe psych 10 2020, so that y'all can understand. All it take is for, it don't take a force. It's not like what it takes for a 7-year-old is for her to think that this person is lit or she's cool and say, and all she has to say is, all the cool lit big sister has to say is, do this. And then they'll do it. Like, it don't take a lot to persuade a fucking 7-year-old. It doesn't, like, it doesn't, a 6-year-old, 7-year-old, it doesn't take, their cognitive function is not the same as a teenager. And so I wonder how many years apart are they? We getting into everybody's age because I want to know how old was Krishan Rock is not 24. Oh, she is? Okay. And Taseki is 29. So at 7, that puts Taseki, if Krishan was 7, that puts Taseki at about 11 years old. When you 7 and you have an 11-year-old sister, they said Taseki Krishan came out and said Taseki was fast. I believe it. Why do I believe it? Because Taseki's current boyfriend, the skinny, frail ass nigga that she act is all that. I seen him. He ain't nothing. But anyways, that's a whole nigga that she done stole from her other sister. Like, so she got some, you know what I'm saying? Like, because what would make you want to put your pussy where your sister pussy was at? She got some traits about her that ain't all the way there. And she be ready to ride, die, fight, kill, and steal for this nigga. And I've seen him. Like, I'm like, you know what I'm saying? So we can't act like the family is so, oh, so close knit, this, that, and the third. Like, I just want people to pay attention. If she would have forced her, like, why would she still want to be around her? Because the child's brain is different from an adult brain. An adult brain could be like, oh, you did when we were younger. And it's still not going to change the fact that they're sisters. And Krishan could hang with, they said her brother was Petey and stuff, like her and Petey were real close. She could hang with her other siblings, and none of that's going to take away from the fact that they all are siblings. They're all siblings. They go over their mama house for Christmas. Taseki's going to be there. Why? Because that's the mother's daughter as well. Like, y'all act like y'all are slow. If she allegedly forced, and I hate that. Just because y'all like somebody do not make them no motherfucking saint. It don't make them no saint. And that's what make people scared to speak up or say stuff. I really wish Zeus wouldn't have aired this, because this is something her and Krishan need to go sit down and talk to people in therapy about. In another video that somebody posted from Zeus, Taseki's talking about how she's sending Krishan to jail because that's defamation of character, and I just don't believe that you could prove that that's defamation of character, because Krishan got other people on her side that then came out. Your nephew, your sisters, a whole bunch of people came out, said when you was young you was a whole ass freak bitch. And so like the chips are kind of stacked against you. And as much as y'all like to say, she 11 years old is young. 11 years old is young. So be in the house with no supervision, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you talk to each one of the siblings, everybody say they had to take care of the family. When all this first came out, you had the older sister who got the son who said Saseki did this. She said, I always had to take care of my family. Then you have the older sister that's real into church. She said she always had to take care of her family. Taseki said she always had to take care of her family. Krishan, you know what I'm saying? She got into the point where she's like, I got to take care of my family. Like, all these young women have came out and spoke of how they had to take care of their family. Why? Because their mama wasn't there taking care of the family. That's the fact of the fucking matter. So it's really no telling. Like, but the keep. And that's why I don't believe it. I wouldn't want to be around them, that person, period. And that's why I don't believe it. And so this is your older sister, and she done came out and said this. Keep in mind, if Taseki and Krishan was to fight, I think Taseki would probably beat Krishan up. Krishan does good when she sneaks people. Like, she got to get that first hit, like, and then it's a wrap. Taseki seems like a fighter. And so it could be fear, it could be a whole bunch of stuff. But peep how she's holding this baby when she come out and she say it, though. Like, she's holding the baby when she come out with these allegations. And it's sick to me how people be so quick to be dismissed.
Why know sometimes Diddy is gonna want to party and you got to tell him no.
Remember when I was 7? You made me eat your pussy.
You said what? I'm done. I'm done talking.
Remember when I was 7?
And now you're
You made me
done.
eat your
You're done
pussy.
talking.
You said what?
You're done,
I'm
and
done.
you're
I'm
done
done
talking.
talking.
Remember when I was
I just don't
7?
think it's
You
a
made me
lie.
eat your pussy.
So I want to go
You said what?
ahead.
I'm
I
done.
want
I'm
to
done
encourage them
talking.
to get counseling. Zeus is not for y'all to do therapy. Zeus is not the place for that. Zeus don't give a fuck. And they aired it because they knew it was going to bring views. Why? Because a bitch like me, this shit come on November 3rd. This probably going to be some shit we ain't going to see till end of November, beginning of December. But I am dying to know what came of this conversation. Taseki ends up crying and talking to like Anna and the other girls, talking about how she's suing for defamation of character, yada yada yada, and she's crying, and it just feels like tears of guilt. Like, I can't say that she cognitively made it. Like, at her grown 29 self, I'm sure she wouldn't be somewhere trying to make a little kid eat her pussy. But at 11 years old, a house with no guidance, no structure, no teacher, no supervision, I can't say that it didn't happen. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say about that. A house with no structure, no guidance, no nothing, I can't say that it didn't happen. And that's all I'm going to say about that. And it's unfortunate, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I can't tell Krishan when you should come out and tell your story. You should tell your story whenever you feel like telling your story. But the thing is, all the sisters said that they had to take care of the family. And my thing is, why the mama and the daddy wasn't taking care of the family? The daddy was beating the mama ass, and they was out running the streets, doing whatever they do, got this house full of kids, and the kids raising each other, all type of shit going on. It also make me feel like, Taseki, what you have been through at 11 years old that made you feel like that was normal? That somebody was making you eat that, you know what I'm saying? What was going on? Everybody was talking about she was real fast. What made her be fast? Like, little girls see a lot and go through shit, and it makes them be fast. Like, what would make her just be fast? I don't know. I'm done talking about that. We got to get into something else, because that's just a lot. But I'm not, and I like Taseki just as much as the next person. I mean, she's born on TV, but I enjoy watching her fight. But I'm not about to just say Krishan lying. That's all I'm saying. I'm not about to just dismiss it like that. And after some shit like this might be Taseki last time on TV. After they eat her up, after they show the scene and show exactly how the conversation went. And I know she was crying, and we're going to see what kind of tears them was. Because the motherfucker say some shit like that. Is y'all going to fight? Do you have defense to say? What's going to be your defense after a statement like that? And what are the tears about? Are they tears of guilt? Because a bitch love crying when they guilty as fuck. I've learned that in my adult years. I address something somebody's done to me, and then they start crying as if I've done it to them, because people hate taking fucking accountability. And 11 years old is real young. So if Krishan was 7, that puts Taseki at 11 years old. That is real young. That is real young. So her mind probably was warped too. But anyways, I just want to go ahead and get into something else. Because that's just like, yeah, that's just unfortunate as hell. I hate that for their whole family, as a matter of fact. I hate that for their whole family. I hate that them kids had to raise their damn selves. And there wasn't no structure in that house. I hate that for them real bad. Anyways, as we get into the rap girls, let's go ahead and talk about Cash Doll. She did a sit down with Des Dior and Jada Waiter. She said she's dropping Doll off her name. I actually think that's a good idea. You got Cash Doll, Asian Doll, the Brat Dolls, like you got all these dolls, and she says she's dropping off her name. Why? Because she's a grown ass woman. Now they say they ain't do it to be like Nicki Minaj, but before it was indie dolls, it was the legendary doll, which is a Barbie, and so you can say what you want, but I'm glad Cash is dropping that off her name. She says she's going to, her last album is gonna be The Last Doll. That's gonna be the name of her next album. Oh, like every time I hear it, it just hit like, God damn. Woo. Every time I hear it, I don't even want to hear it no more until the fucking episode come on. Every time I hear it, that shit just, it's like, yikes.
Yeah, I'm
Them big
naming my
families is something
project The
else,
Last
boy.
Doll.
Then you got all the motherfuckers in
Yeah,
the
I
house.
had
And ain't no
I
parents
heard
that
that.
raising them. Like, that shit
I
is
had
just
her middle name is
crazy as
Doll.
fuck.
Clarity.
So we're gonna let her have
doll.
Dawn.
I'm passing that legacy down to my
That's
daughter.
so
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Tell us more.
Go ahead.
Oh God, tell the way to please.
I'm tired of the whole doll thing anyway. Even I've grown out of it. I got 2 kids. I don't want to be called a fucking doll no more.
Yeah.
And then there's so many dolls.
Yeah.
You know, I never liked it, you know, and it's not a secret. It's no beef, but I just don't like that because I didn't come out Cash Minaj or Cardi C or no like that. So it's just like, it just put me in a box and I don't want to be there no more. I'm ready to just be a grown boss. I am. And I'm passing that down to
you've been.
Yeah, thank you. And I'm just passing that down to my daughter. Clarity can have all that down.
So you said you were dropping doll for
So
Mary
good
Jane.
for Cash Doll.
Have you thought about making that transition?
Yeah, I'm naming my project The Last Doll.
The Last Doll.
Yeah.
That's nice. That's nice. So good for Cash Doll. I'm glad she's grown out. Cash Doll is so pretty to me. She a Detroit chick. I don't like Detroit girls, but shout out to I went to Detroit one time. The niggas is kind. Oh, the niggas is nice. They nice and they about their money, but them bitches, like they attitudes, like the way they look at you. A Detroit bitch hate to see me coming, but Cash Doll is pretty. So there's that. I do not like Detroit women at all. But the guys are really nice. If y'all ever go to Detroit, hopefully you visited a man and not a woman, because them bitches is a ragtag hot ass mess. Now I want to go ahead and I want to talk about this video with Nick Cannon, because we can just do a little short segment about Megan Thee Stallion. She just recently dropped her project. It did well. I've been hearing it all up on the blogs, all over everywhere, all day today. So good for her. That's nice. The Act 2, she got a lot more songs on that little short part of the album than her first part. I didn't like her first album. And so when you go to Apple Music, it downloads and it has both of them together, like combined. And the second half, the Act 2 is way, way, way light years better than the first part. So hopefully that's what she's on now. I feel like the first part of her album was a whole lot of healing and a whole lot of talking about like stuff that happened in the past. But we tired of hearing about the whole Tory Lanez thing. So I feel like she's gotten past that. They said the documentary was supposed to come out the same day as the album. I ain't hear nothing else about the documentary, but I keep my ear to the streets and pay attention to what's going on. Girl, they got him on every pain medicine it is known to man. You see? I know, I just gave him an oxy not too long ago. Probably so he can't sleep because he in pain. Then we have this. This is what I want to get into. Now, if y'all know, not too long ago, DDG came out. Him and the Little Mermaid and broke up. I think she dumped his ass, or maybe he dumped her, but I don't know. But when Nick Cannon comes out in this interview and he's talking about his relationship with Mariah Carey, I just saw parallels, because when DDG was talking about Halle, he was like, oh, she's a big superstar, and you know, he was even out one day and somebody referred to him as Halle's boyfriend versus calling him DDG. And Nick Cannon, we don't never hear the names of none of his other baby mamas. But every time he addressed Mariah Carey, he say her by name. And it's given that you want her clout. Mariah Carey don't say, if it wasn't for Nick Cannon, we wouldn't even knew where them fucking twins came from. Because Mariah don't come out, she don't speak on him, she don't say a bitch ass thing about that man. She let him go on, be great, go make his tens of children elsewhere, spread his seeds, thinking like he been doing. Like Mariah Carey don't be having a bitch ass thing to say about him. But every time he come out and they ask him about past relationships, he always got to bring up Mariah Carey. And Nick Cannon, I know, broke man by no means, but I would say now he would be of a Mariah Carey status. Like maybe not then when he first came out, when he got married to her, like he wasn't as big of a superstar as he is since they've, you know what I'm saying, broken up. But it's just very unfortunate that a woman has to choose between her success and being in a healthy relationship, or because of a male's ego. She has created this life for herself and you can't match it, but for whatever reason she wants you around. Like she married you. You got on one knee, you proposed to her and she said, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and be your wife. And that was cool for you until it wasn't, because she didn't need you financially. And so then what Nick Cannon does is him and Mariah Carey get a divorce, and then he goes out and he knocks up all these low-hanging fruit, none of which he has proposed to, saw a future with, none of the such, just keep creating all these broken homes all over everywhere. And that's where he comes to us and says that he says being with Mariah Carey, is that what God really wanted for me? I'm not sure, but I'm sure God frowns upon you being out here creating all these broken ass homes. It's selfish. Your ego got the best of you. But we'll listen to him and we'll go ahead. Like, what do you buy Mariah Carey? Like, it's hard for men because men base their relationships off of finances. That's how a man shows his love, is by being financially there. But a woman like Mariah Carey, who has her own money, is going to take more than financial, you know what I'm saying, status to be able to keep her around or to even make her happy, because everything you could buy for her, she could buy for herself. So that's where mental intelligence comes from. That's where encouragement comes from. Respect comes from being able to have an open mind and being a great communicator. Like, those are things that money cannot buy. Being supportive, you know what I'm saying, being her voice of reason, being there for her mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and physically. Like, you have to do all these things when a woman doesn't need your money. And this is why, like, I spent a long time trying to figure out, like, why is all these successful ass black ass women in Hollywood ain't got no man? And then that's what it comes down to, because black men don't know, they ain't that smart. Like, not that they're dumb, but it's easy to keep a woman, a broke bitch, happy, because all you gotta do is fix her financial situation and then she's cool. But a woman who's financially secure, it seems like it will be easier to make her happy because she comes to you already full, already happy. All you really got to do is be fun. Be somebody when the people on the set getting her on her nerves, be somebody for her to talk to and tell you how Rodney, the director, is pissing her the fuck off because he always trying to do this and that and he don't know what he doing. Like, it takes actual effort to be with a secure woman, especially one who is like financially secure. And so I feel like that's DDG's problem. I feel like that's apparently it's Mariah Carey's problem. I feel like even in the regular world, it's so many women who are not broke ass bitches who have a hard time finding love. And I am forced to believe that outside of money, these guys don't know how to make women happy. And that's the only thing that makes sense to me. But we'll go ahead and listen to what Nick Cannon said, because it was like, damn. Where you at, Nick Cannon? Because I know I saved this. There we go.
That, but going to myself with that pressure of, who am I? Yeah. Because, you know, I got married in my 20s still, you know what I mean, to the biggest star in the world. And my trajectory was here, and then hers, she's already in a different stratosphere. So, you know, I would lay up at night thinking like, is is this who I am? Am I Mariah's man? Is that what my life is supposed to be? There's nothing wrong with it.
I understand it though. Like, it's like,
and I got really comfortable in it. She got islands, and I'm waking up at noon, and people bringing me steaks on a platter, and I'm like, this ain't,
you had to
this
be a
ain't the
different
hustler.
version of yourself.
Yeah,
exactly.
this
like,
ain't the kid.
I can't go provide. I can't go hunt. That's who I am. I want to hunt. But...
And then when you have children, and the hierarchy of just your man is like, wait, I can't. I'm carrying a purse, the diaper bag, I'm standing on the corner. I'm like, wait, she rocking being all the alpha that
by the way, she deserves it.
And she did. I believe she needs a dude like that.
Yeah.
I'm just not that dude, and her and I never had problems.
Yeah.
Never argued, never, even with me struggling in this space.
Yeah.
She was like, she's so understanding and so evolved and lives in her own world. That's the thing. When someone has their own world, like you said, their own scope, their own bubble, and you got to be a participant in that. You know what I mean? Like I'm main character. I was getting mad at myself. It was like muscle atrophy. I'm like, I had a gut.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was like, it was like, I'm not being the dude that God put me on this earth to be. But going to myself with that pressure of, who am I?
Yeah.
Because, I got married in my 20s still, you know what I mean? To the biggest star in the world. And so my trajectory was here.
And so all things real estate ATL says, so basically the therapist was right. After Mariah, he picked women who were low vibrational, who had who he knew he can control, wasn't and will never be capable of partnering with a Michelle Obama or the obvious a woman on Mariah Carey's level. Sounds like he never gave Mariah a chance to support him while he figured out his next chapter or his next career move. Because men love saying, oh, women who got the money, they don't know how to be submissive. And it's like, you men need to understand that a woman with money, sure, she may not need your money, but she needs you in other ways. Like, they be like, is pussy all to bring to the table? Is money all you can bring to the table? You can't bring anything else but some money to the table? And I mean, by all means necessary, bring that too. But you can't bring a smart mind, something for a woman to be able to bounce really good ideas off of. He said they ain't never got no argument. She was a peaceful bitch. She had her chefs cooking him breakfast every morning, bringing it to his bedside. But he wasn't comfortable in his manhood. But my thing is, none of these low vibrational women have made him feel comfortable either. He ain't married, not now. He had 3 bitches pregnant in the same year. And to him, that's vibing high. And to a woman like Mariah Carey, she probably be looking at him and them like, all y'all some fools. She probably, hey, she even got to be on the list. But at least she number 1 on the list. It's really sad. And I wonder how his edit, because it sounds like jealousy. It sounds like envy. It sounds like resentment. That's what it sounds like. For a healthy relationship, you need more than just her to be able to give you some pussy. Coochie cannot be the only thing she brings to the table. And when you're dealing with, let me say this. When a man is able to get pussy from by the, you know what I'm saying, by the dozen, pussy can't be the only thing you could bring to the table. As well as when a woman has money, money can't be the only thing that you can bring to the table. So you guys have to tap in and find out what else it is. And you talking about you was carrying purses and diaper bags. You should have told her you're not doing that. You should have said, I'm not carrying your purse bag. You didn't have to. You stepped into peon mode. You stepped into groupie mode. And you shouldn't have done that. You have to find another way to be important outside your money. That's why these women let you knock them up and they just accept your child support payments or whatever it is that you got going on. He gets up online, he makes jokes about having all these kids and all these broken homes. To him and the rest of these low vibrational bottom feeding ass niggas and bitches, it's funny, it's entertainment. And the women, they'll go, yeah, get your bag, sis. And it's like we're talking about whole ass human beings here. These people are giving birth to whole ass human beings, and people are bigging it up like it's something to brag about, to the detriment of the Black community. Because his babies is all half Black. I don't care how many white girls he keep dropping his seed off in. Like, he says he didn't feel masculine. Why couldn't you? It's for you to have your own life and then her to have her life, and then y'all bring the lives together and create something magical. You had got into your director bag, you had got into all these other bags, and then my thing is, why couldn't you do that like with her? Like, you still have to play, just because she has the money, you still have to play a man role. Even if I'm not a fan of divorce, even if that meant, okay, let's separate for a while so I could figure out what I'm doing. But like, to get a divorce is crazy. Divorcing Mariah Carey because she got money when you knew she had money when you married her is crazy. Like, it makes no fucking sense. But this is what we have to deal with. So a woman could sit there. These seems to be the options that Black women have. You could either choose to be a broke ass bitch and date a rich guy. Corey Holcomb said something else. That Corey Holcomb, I can't stand his ass. He came out and he said something else that definitely like rings true with this shit. I don't think I'm even gonna be able to find it. Oh goodness. Oh goodness. Corey Holcomb came out. Oh yes, we found it. And this is what it sums up to. And I want y'all to pay attention to this shit. This is what it sums up to. This is what it is. This is all it is. Listen to Corey Holcomb. This is what it is. So you could choose to get your own money where they don't have no choice but to respect you, or you would go ahead and live off of a man's money and he won't respect you. He'll give you dick, and then how special do you feel? Because he'll be dropping dick off everywhere.
I don't think monogamy exists. I think every once in a while you meet a dude and he only with his girl. Very rare. We are men. We, especially men who have means. If you're a man who has means, you have women. And if you say it ain't true, you're not being genuine. I know your girl probably watching, but if you could just think how sweet it would be if you could talk to your girl for real. Do you know the harmony that might be able to come from that? But you didn't pick a girl you could talk to for real. You picked a girl that you're willing to act for as long as you can keep her. That's what most people are in that situation. But we men, we got money, especially men who got money. You got girls. You can't not be with them. There's too many beautiful women in the world to just lie to one girl and be like, look, I'm only with you. That's some bullshit, man. Get the fuck out of here, man. I can't be with nobody like that.
But you keep mentioning certain things. I'm curious to know this. You keep mentioning women in poverty. Why? Like, what's your
Well, I'm older now. I'm not as young as I used to be. So women in poverty, I can control them better. A girl who can't afford to say, fuck you, Corey, I'm gone. She just can't afford to do it. So I take advantage of that. Now, that might be wrong, but her poverty and my needs Most of the time, it even out. I don't really need a lot of their time. And they don't tell me to fuck off because they know.
You don't need a lot of women in poverty. Depending on how old the woman is, like her mental status, like if like a smart educated woman, even if she's on hard time college student, she ain't about to be in poverty forever. Okay, understand what he's saying. I don't need a lot of her time, but you saying that you want to be real with a woman. You don't want to have intellectual conversations with a woman. You don't want to build with a woman. You want a woman you can control. So you come, you drop off some dick and drop off a paycheck, and then you go on about your business. This is what they do. This is, and it, oh my goodness, I have so many thoughts about this because this is why, this is the problem with the Black community. Like, not as far as even just women go. Guys like this, they don't feel their most, like, say you got money. He has money. A lot of guys, not all, but a lot of guys, especially ones that think like this, they put themselves around. Like, if you pay attention to their friend group, they're the only one with money. Their friends are bums. They'll be the leader of a group, and they're the only one who has money. So it's really like, where are you leading these people to if can't nobody eat the way you eat? Like, why bosses in the Black community don't link with other bosses? It makes no sense to me. It makes no sense to me. This is piss poor ass thinking, and it's sad. It said iron sharpens iron. That's why you up there with that dumb ass hat and that ugly ass outfit on, trying to, like, it looked like you and fucking Cam Newton getting ready to go on like a date or something because y'all dressed alike. Like, it makes no sense. But listen to what he says, and I'm glad he's out here and being honest, but it's true. A woman who got bread ain't finna deal with that shit. Like, I'm not about to deal with no nigga thinking he can have 4-5 bitches. But broke bitches, they really just want your money, and you really just want some pussy. They like how broke niggas got the best dick. Let the girls talk. We done congregated, had a conversation, and everybody then came to the conclusion that the niggas that ain't got no money is the ones who got the best dick. It's the same thing. It's probably the bitches who ain't got, they fucking for their life and their livelihood. Yeah, you could go on here, bring her in. I don't eat, but like, we could be a throuple. Like, the shit is sad. The shit is sad as fucking. All I hear is what this person say. What's his name? Mike Morrill. He said, wow, ladies, listen, all men are like this. This is predatory behavior. Words of a broken man who isn't strong enough to do the inner work. A man that has no control of himself mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. All men aren't like this. I'm vouching for us. Guys that believe in monogamy because it does exist. I'm going to say a lot of guys, but I'm saying that, and keep in mind, these celebrities and shit, they don't be smart either. A lot of women got to get their money by being smart. These other guys, they get their money by being a clown. He's a comedian, or being, you know what I'm saying, an athlete, or however the fuck they get their money. And so then they get up here and they need dumb women. They need women in poverty. Like, he ain't told no lies, and I'm glad he said it, but those are the women that participate in this shit. Those are the women who participate in this shit. But let's continue.
You know, when I come over, they children can get some.
Hold up. God damn.
Some outlet Jordans.
Outlet Gucci.
Yeah.
Outlet Gucci.
I don't think monogamy exists.
We got to run that.
I think every once in a while you meet a dude and he only with his girl. Very rare. We are men. We, especially men who have means. If you're a man who has means, you have women. And if you say it ain't true, you're not being genuine. I know your girl probably watching, but if you could just think how sweet it would be if you could talk to your girl for real. Do you know the harmony that might be able to come from that? But you didn't pick a girl you could talk to for real. You picked a girl
Imagine if you could sit down and talk to your girl for real. You said you don't want to talk to these girls for real. You want a woman you could talk to for, like, talk about what? You want to talk to her for real and for her to not have an input? Or do you want to talk and have a real intellectual, serious conversation? Or you just want to talk? Like, it's sad, man. This shit is crazy. But I knew this. I knew this.
That you willing to act for as long as you can keep her. That's what most people are in that situation. But we men, we got money, especially men who got money. You got girls. You can't not be with them. There's too many beautiful women in the world to just lie to one girl and be like, look, I'm only with you. That's some bullshit, man. Get the fuck out of here, man. I can't be with nobody like that.
But you keep mentioning certain things. I'm curious to know this. You keep mentioning women in poverty. Why? Like, what's your
Well, I'm older now. I'm not as young as I used to be. So women in poverty, I can control them better. A girl who can't afford to say, fuck you, Corey, I'm gone. She just can't afford to do it. So I take advantage of that. Now, that might be wrong, but her poverty and my needs, most of the time, it even out. I don't really need a lot of their time. And they don't tell me to fuck off because they know when I come over, they children can get some.
Hold up, god damn.
Some outlet Jordan.
Outlet Gucci.
Yeah.
Outlet Gucci.
I don't.
And so it don't just stop with relationships. It goes on into friendships. It goes on to other things. I remember a while back, one of Meek Mill's friends came out and he was speaking on how Meek Mill ain't want them to get no money. That's a personal embedded insecurity. And you will hear these same niggas get out and talk about how they want everybody to win. I want you people to never forget these. As much if you see a motherfucker hang out and he the only nigga who got money and all the rest of his friends is bums, keep in mind they want everybody to win and they want everybody to eat and everybody to do well, but never better than them. That shit is sad. These is the niggas who don't hang around with other rich niggas. They don't hang around other successful men because they like to feel big in their bubble, not knowing iron sharpens iron. You need somebody, whether it be a male or a female, to bounce those amazing ideas off of. To say, okay, yeah, that, but then do this business plan like that, then it'll bring in this. Maybe you should give this to charity so you can write this. Like, they need other people, but then, and their shit be at a standstill. Corey Holcomb, his shit is at a standstill. Like, you rich to some people, but you not you rich to the people in poverty, but you're not making moves. Like, you're not selling out arenas. You're no Kevin Hart. You're no fucking Cat Williams. You're a broken ass little boy with a big ass gut and an ugly ass pink outfit on. And so you get your ugly ass up with another nigga who got on the ugly outfit too. So now it seems as if you fly because all y'all is like pitiful. Oh my God. Great people need to be with great people. They need to build and bond with great people. The only person that it seems that a black man would sit in the company of and allow him to be better than him, they will sit in the company of a white man and allow that white man to be better than them. They will not sit in the company of a black woman and allow her to be better than them. They will not sit in the company of a black male, and let him be better than them. And not knowing that no matter how hard a woman tries, she'll never be a male. Like, They ignore that you have qualities that a woman will never have. Why? Because God said it that way. You have muscle, you have logical thinking that a woman will never have. But it hurts your brain too bad to even use your head. All you know how to do is use your dick. It makes no sense. That's these niggas say that predatory behavior is exactly what it is. You preying on the poor and then going around sucking her dry of all her beauty, her femininity, and everything else, so you can feel like you the motherfucking man. The shit is fucking pathetic. That's all I have to say about it. That's the only way I see it being. It's fucking pathetic. But it's honest though. That's the most honest explanation. All these people get up here talking about polygamy and this and that. We be seeing Neo. They posted Neo the other day with his bitches. Like, and that's all it be. You got money and these hoes ain't got enough money and they trying to eat off of your plate. And that's why, and to them too, that's why y'all don't be wives. That's why y'all be like slides. You know what I'm saying? Y'all be weekend slides, maybe weekly slides. That's why y'all be slides. Y'all don't be wives. Because God made the wife to be the helper. But these niggas don't want help because they think they know every fucking thing. So that's a telltale sign to everybody listening. If you meet a guy and say he's a boss nigga and he got money and he ain't hanging around other niggas that got money and taking care of their business, he the only one. He the only nigga getting money. Everybody else around him is scum of the fucking earth and they a bum. You're a leader. What is it about you that they don't trust to follow your lead? Or are they following your lead and you leading their ass straight off a fucking cliff? Are they following your lead and you're leading them straight off a fucking cliff? Because that's what it seems to me. But what else do I have to talk about? I gave y'all Megan Thee Stallion. I am glad. I'm glad she did. Her video drop bigger in the style. Also, just honorable mention, Lil Durk is in jail. His friend snitched on him. Same friend. No, his friend snitched on him hard. It's one thing to go and give a statement. Baby, no. His friend wore a whole ass fucking wire to tell on him. He wanted him to go to jail real bad. I told y'all months and months ago, these niggas get out here because they could drop. It's easy to drop your nuts on a bitch head, especially if she a broke bitch living in, as Corey Holcomb said, poverty. It's easy to drop your nuts on her head, make it seem like you the man, but it's hard to do that same thing to men. It's hard to do that same thing to men. These men get up here all the time, going back and forth, acting like women is their enemy, acting like they can't stand us, when the fact of the matter is y'all can't stand each other. This same man who done went and told on Lil Durk when he was in jail, Durk that held him down for his whole bid. When he got out of jail, Durk gave him $50,000, gave him a car and a motherfucking house, helped him take care of his motherfucking business. This motherfucker done went and wore a wire, talking about how they set up for, I'm sorry, these young niggas, they fuck me up all the time. I be trying to remember their names. But a murder for hire. And then set him up. And I Lil Durk going to jail for a long time. Long time. And it's unfortunate. Shout out to India. They was just recently engaged. I'm not even sure if they made it to the altar, but that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate as fuck. And the thing is about Lil Durk, I feel like he let the streets tell him, oh, you got to go kill this person because they did to King Von. But King Von was a whole ass menace. He was like a fucking serial killer. He was around Detroit or Chicago, where they from, Chicago, terrorizing the streets. And somebody finally laid his ass down. And you said fuck all the broken homes and fucked up the families that he fucked up. You wanted to go avenge his death. And now you got to sit your dumb ass behind bars. Trusting niggas you know you can't trust. Of course, you probably felt like you could trust when you helped a nigga get on his feet. But when you up like that, and it's so hard. It's so hard the way they hunt black men. When you up like that, you really ain't even got no friends. Your friend is that bitch that laid next to you at night. That's the only one who want the best for you. Your mama and your bitch and your kids. Everybody else, you know what I'm saying? They be like, oh, bro, oh, that's my nigga, oh, fam. They not your bro, they not your fam, they not your nigga. When you up to that magnitude, people just waiting for you to fall. And it's sad. And so we'll keep Dirk in our prayers because I feel like a lot of it just came from people feeling like he had to do this. He had to avenge Von's death, or you're not a real nigga. Like, what? And now you have to really sit your real ass behind real ass bars. And you really gonna lose a big chunk of your real life. Like, that shit's sad. They said he was trying to flee the country. He was on his way to Italy. Like, you got to be quicker than that. You should have took your ass to Bali where motherfucker Russell Simmons at. Like, that shit is crazy. FBG Duck. Rilo. What was the guy's name? The murder for hire. I don't get me the line. My son would know. I don't know. All right, y'all. That's all I got for y'all today. Please like, share, and subscribe. Tell me what y'all like. What y'all think of the video, and I'll talk to y'all later.